So today we'll discuss about the transport administration (TMS), right? TMS, Transport Management System. So SAP TMS, Transport Management System, right? So why we need TMS landscape? After the client copies are completed, so we have the TMS, Transport Management System. So why we have to use this TMS? So what is the purpose here, right? So what is our involvement here? So what is our involvement means? What is the basis team responsibilities here? So as a basis consultant here, we need to perform the configuration of the TMS. Then, so normally why we need TMS? Anybody knows here in this group? So why we need TMS in the landscape, SAP landscape? So right, exactly. To move the data from one system to another system, or to move the objects from one system to another system. So why? Because we are not doing all activities in the one system, right? Development, testing, UATs or regression, smoke, all these things in the one system, production activities and everything in the not in the one system. So in the landscape, we have the three systems or four systems in the landscape, right? Development, so quality and production systems. We have the example here. We have the three systems in the landscape, right? So development, right? And also quality, so QAS, and also we have the so PRD systems in the landscape, production systems in the landscape. We have the three systems in the landscape. So in these three systems we have here. So developers, they will do the development object they will develop here, right? So then how can we move to this system, right? How can we move to this system finally? Why? Because we cannot perform all these things in the one system. It will impact the production business operations. So here, how to move those changes to the target system here? Target system means your quality to production. So here we need to define the TMS configurations. We have to create it. Configuration. So configuration we have to define it so that the system knows, okay, as soon as object is released from the here, it should go to the in the quality system. Then once the data is related to the here, testing is done, then system will send the request to the production. So like that, we have to define the configurations in the system. We know what is quality, what is production, and so what is production, right? Why? Because we configured and we defined the system role in the STMS. This is the quality, this is the customization, this is the test, this is the production that we defined, right? That we defined it. Now, how the system knows? For system also we defined it. Then how the object knows, right? So system object in the system, how the object knows. So once you release the transports, once you create the object, so then once you release it, it should go to the here, it should go to the here. How do? So this type of configuration we have to perform it. So that is called the TMS configuration. TMS means transport management system. Transport management system. To move the objects, any objects, either coding, program, table, structure, functional modules, right? So reports, many are there. So that's why instead of calling many, just we will call it as the object, right? Object. So that object we will move to the from here to here, here to here, anything from anywhere to anywhere. So what to do here to perform this TMS configurations? First of all, configuration should be performed. This is part of the basis scope. This is the one-time configuration when you build the new systems. When you build the new system, this is the one-time configuration. This is the one-time configuration. You have to do that one-time configuration. You have to perform this one, right? TMS configuration, right? So here, what to do here? The first of all, as part of the TMS configuration, we need to define the, in the TMS configuration itself, we need to define the first one, domain controller, DC, domain controller, right? Domain controller, we have to define it. Okay, controller, domain controller. So here, what is mean by domain controller here? What is mean by domain controller? So what is mean by domain controller in the system? So first of all, we need to define domain controller. So what is mean by domain controller means domain controller will control the, suppose in these three systems, if you assume development is your domain controller, then development system will control the other systems in the landscape. Development system will control the other systems in the landscape. That is got the, so domain controller. That is what the domain controller in the system. It will control the other systems in the landscape. Suppose if you assume development, these two systems will control it. This domain controller will control these two systems. If we assume quality, these two systems will be under controlling by the, so here quality system. So that's why some people they kept the production system, some people they will use the development systems. Why? Because production always available 100%, so that, so if your domain controller is down, then transports will not be moved from one system to an object, which means data will not be moved to the other system. So we have to keep the domain controller in the safer place. Which is the safe place? So quality, normally testing, everything will happen. Something wrong, we will restart it. Development also we will restart it sometimes. Sometimes we will put in the production systems, right? Some people they will put into the quality development system. That's your customer decision to put it to the development or qual production. Maybe development. Why? Because development testing will happen, so something quality is down, then we can move the changes to the production, right? Some people they will put in the production. Why? Because production always 100% available, so that domain control will not be the down, right? That's why. So it's a our wish, depends upon the our use case, right? So domain controller will control the so remaining systems in the landscape, remaining systems in the landscape. Suppose you have the three branches, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune, right? You have the three branches. In these three branches, so at least one branch should be the main branch, right? You have to put one branch should be the main branch, either the Hyderabad branch or Bangalore or Pune. So either three, one of the branch should be the main branch. So that's why that main branch, if you put one branch as the main branch, suppose like development, so all these two systems will talk to the main branch and it will be under control of the, so main branch, right? So that is the reason we put one system as the domain controller. It is equal to the main branch. So it will control the remaining systems in the landscape. So it is the main branch. Now we got it. What is meant by domain controller? To perform this domain controller configuration, so you need to log into the STMS 000 client, right? 000 client and STMS landscape. Then you need to provide the domain underscore SID, the syntax, the naming convention, you have to provide it, right? Domain underscore SID, you have to provide it. Then save it. Then save it. Then save it so that the domain controller will be configured. So the SID, whatever you are giving here, that is the domain controller system here. If you are giving the development, that is the development domain controller. If you are giving the quality, that is the quality domain controller. If you are giving the production, that is the production domain controller. So whatever the system you are giving here, so whatever the SID you are giving here, that is the domain controller. Same settings you have to maintain in the other systems also. So first of all, domain controller means how to configure the domain controller means you have to log into the 000 client HTMS. You have to provide the domain underscore SID and save it. Domain underscore SID and save it. Domain underscore SID and you need to save it. So here, let me select only one thing I selected here. Okay, the domain controller. Then how to do that one? So now let's log into the, we have the systems, right? Quality, production, and also we have the development systems also available. That is also we will start it now for the configuration purpose. Or two systems also we can configure that one. Two systems also, using the two systems also we can configure the this domain controller configurations and everything. We can configure it. So that's fine, right? So we can use that two systems also in the landscape. So better we will, first of all we will configure the two systems, then later we will see why, because so it's in progress, right? Then in these two systems production we will do that as a domain controller. In that case we need to log into the 000 client, right? So any one of the user in the 000 client, right here. So we need to go to the STMS is the transaction code. STMS is the transaction code. Already here it is configured. Now I'm going to delete this configuration. Why? Because it's already configured. So as soon as your system is installed, then when you go to the, when you click on the STMS landscape, STMS, then it will ask the configure the transport domain. Then domain underscore PRD. Your PRD system is the domain controller system. Your PRD system is the domain controller system here, right? So then you are putting the domain underscore PRD. So that's why this is the domain controller system. So how to configure the domain controller means 000 client STMS domain underscore SID and save it, so that the configuration will be created. So domain underscore SID will be so created. Then that is done, right? Just you can click on the save button. So that domain underscore will be created. So while doing this configuration, here few configurations will be created here. Few configurations will be created. So what are those configurations? This is a very important. While configuring in the back end, one user will be created, that is called the TMS ADM user in the 000 client, and two RFC destinations TMS ADM and TMS SUP RFC destination. One job will be created, one job will be triggered, IMP DP. So these are the IMPDP, right? These are the configuration. Whenever you are doing the domain controller configuration, or so one more topic that is called the adding the systems. Then these three top, whenever you are performing the TMS configuration, so one user, two RFC destinations, and one background job will be created. This will be created during the configuration time. See here, set up the password. Why? Because one user is creating here, right? Just you can set up the user password. Automatically during the configuration, this user will be created here, right? So user is created here. Then what about the RFC destinations? Where can I check the RFC destinations? Where can I check the RFC destinations? Sorry?
So 58.
58.
Yeah.
Excellent, guys.
59 though.
Which one is correct here? So SM59 is the
59.
transaction code to check the
Create the
RFC
RFCs.
connections, right? So here, see here, this RFC connections are generated automatically by DDIC user and today's date, which we created. So it's created automatically. It's created, right? TMS ADM and TMS SUP. So this is a supplementary. This is the main RFC, right? So here two are created here for the communication purpose, right? So to move the objects from one system to another system, then how the communication works through this RFC destinations, the communication will work here. There is special naming convention for this RFC destinations, TMS ADM and TMS SVP RFC destination, the special communication, right? So that is the one. So you should be careful when I'm asking the questions. So please answer it at least. Then only I will come to know, okay, you have done, something like that, right? Then production, you have configured. For production, you have configured the TMS configurations. That is done. Now, then what next? Domain controller configuration is done. Then is it done TMS configuration? No. Why? Because just the domain controller configuration is done. Then what is next here? Then how to add the systems into main branch means domain controller system. This is domain control system. You created the system. How to add the systems into domain controller? Suppose you created the main branch production as the main branch. Then how to add this two sub branches into the production? How to add this one? Then similar, like log into the 000 client in the quality system. Then STMS is the transaction code. Here provide the domain underscore PRD, not the SQAS PRD. Why? Because we are adding to the production system, right? We are adding your subsystem into production, your sub branch into main branch. So main branch SID you have to give it, then save it, then the system will go and add it to the here, waiting for the approval of the production. This is what we have to do that one, right? So let's see here. Meanwhile, let me start here. Why? Because our quality also will be ready during that time. For our development also will be ready here, right? Development also will be ready. So we have the three systems landscape. Then you can understand better way, right? So that is the reason why, because in the real time also we have the most of the time we have the three systems in the landscape. So you can understand easily, right? So that is what here we are doing here. Software using the WPM, just we are uninstalling the some of the additional application servers. It's not required for us, and because we don't have much business, it's not required for us. As you know, this one we already discussed. So uninstallation of the few additional not only entire system, only few application servers. So we have to go to the ours is the NetWeaver, so SQL server. So not here. We are going the different approach. Here we have to go to the generic options. Then here, so we have to uninstall. Then we are doing the here, right? So this is the approach we are doing here for uninstallation. So here, while you choose this one, here we need to use okay. So meanwhile, okay, production you have done. Then let's log into the quality system here, right? Quality system here. So then 000 client. Then so when one of the user here, then connect to the here, then you can see here. So then execute the STMS here. Then STMS. So let me try to delete the configuration here. Okay, you done the configuration, you deleted here, right? So then when you go to the starting step here, then just click on the STMS, then provide the domain underscore SID. SID is ours. SID is our production. You will call it as the production as the domain controller, right? Then domain underscore PRD and save it. So while saving, here also one user, TMS ADM user. Then quality related to RFC destinations will be created. See here SAP system waiting to be included in the domain. So it's waiting for approval from the production main branch. So here, if you go and check in the SM59 here, SM59 here, so if we go to the above connections here, so destinations are created here. See here, so TMS ADM only one destination is created here, right? You can see the connection test is okay. It's automatically it's generated. The destination automatically it got generated. So now we added. So once you done it, this one, once you done it, that one. So then you have to go to the main branch here, Why? Because it's still not added. Still your quality system is not added to the here. So waiting for the approval, waiting to be included. Waiting, it's waiting for. right? In that case, you have to go to the STMS system, then systems, right? You will get the systems here, systems, system overview. Then you will see quality system also available here in our production system. Click on OK, click on the approve button. When you click on the approve button, what will happen? So include the QAS into the domain. We are approving. Then that system will come and it will come to the here in the active status. See here, system is included in the transport domain. In the transport domain, it is included. Now, just if you refresh it, this one STMS, if you refresh the STMS, see quality and domain underscore PRD, quality and domain underscore PRD is created. Quality and domain underscore PRD is created here. Domain underscore PRD is created here. See here, domain underscore PRD is created here, right? So it means two systems are added now. As of now, two of your systems are added to the systems here. All are available in the STMS here, STMS, right? So this is the way. So you have the two RFC destinations, one users, and one job will be created. One job will be created in the systems. One job will be created in the systems. Right? So this is the way for adding the systems into the domain controller. Adding the systems into the domain controller. Now we have one more system left. That is called the NWD, development. We have to add it, right? Development, we have to add it. So while adding the development, so let's see. While adding the development here, let me pause it here. So any questions from anyone regarding the TMS configuration, domain controller configuration, then how to add the systems into the domain controller. So creation of the domain controller, same step, but adding the systems into the domain controller are the same steps. But only thing is, whatever the domain controller you are giving here, domain underscore SAD, same way you have to give the domain underscore PRD, you have to give it here. You have to give the systems here. Okay, so any questions from anyone?
Sir, what is this job? RDDIMPDP?
Yeah, this job will help to import the transports, import the data from one system to another system through this RFC destinations. So that will come, more detailed discussion will come. Why? Because still we have not completed the configuration. Still we have left the configuration. So it may take a longer time. The configuration, the TMS configuration may take so longer time. So under TMS topic, see here the job is got released it. The job is released it here. See here RDD IMPDP job. This is the triggered by the event triggered. So this job will be scheduled. So one user, if you go to the SU01, so one TMS ADM user will be created in SU01. So you can see here TMS ADM user is created here. Then RFC destinations will be generated here in SM59. So RFC destinations will be generated. RFC destinations will be generated. So quality related to RFC destinations, production related to RFC destinations will be generated. Every system, so two RFC destinations will be generated. So this is the one, right? So here I will give the one click here. Then we can discuss the remaining one. Yes, we need, and which one you guys are connecting here? Which? So I think all are connecting to the 10th, right? 10 application server, application number 10, right? I think this is only thing, I think 10. 4, 11 are not required. So that's why I'm just selecting, not in the entire system. So 4 and 11, we have to do the uninstallations.
So real time lo which system should be in domain control? How we can see?
Real time, as I told you, right? Some customers they will put into the development, some customers in the production systems. Depends upon the availability of the domain controller. Some customers, they are the huge developments are happening. So that time They should not, they should be the production system is in the so domain control. Why? Because production systems will not be down and during the weekdays, so that it will not impact the our development activities. Why? Because the developers, when you are developing, when you want to test it, then if the domain control system is down, suppose in our case, if the production system is down, in our case, our production is down. In our case, our production is down. What will happen? In our case, the production is down. Why? Because we put the production as the domain controller. If production is down, but data will not be moved from the development to quality system. Why? Because your development system, your production domain controller system is down. Why? Because domain controller will control the remaining systems. Even itself domain controller is down, then who will control it? Right? No one will control it. That's why that we cannot move the changes. That's why we cannot move the changes to the, that's why which is the high priority, means which is the most availability in the during the weekdays, then that system we will put as the production system. Suppose if you ask me, my customer is in the production system is the domain controller. My previous customers, some customers are in the development system. So we cannot say exactly which system.
Okay.
We cannot say exactly exact system in the domain controller like this, right? So this is the way. So now, now we can see here. So now this is done. Your quality system you added to the here. Same step when you are adding the development system to the, when you are adding the development system to the domain control, same 000 client, log into the 000 client, STMS, then domain underscore PRD SID you have to give it, then save it, then the system will go and add it to the domain controller. How this system is go and add it to the domain controller, same way this system also will go and add it to the domain controller. So this is the configuration of the domain controller. So when you are doing the domain controller configuration, so controller is only one, but multiple systems we can add it to. Why? Because main branch is only one, right? Multiple sub branches we can add it. Main branch is only one, multiple sub branches we can add it to the main branch is only one, multiple sub branches we can add it to the so main branch, right? So that is the reason multiple subsystems we can add it to the domain controller. Any system, n number of systems we can add it. So same procedure we have to do that one. Same procedure we have to do that one. So now let's start the our development system also. It's like development system, it's like the NWD will do the renaming to the DEV, something like that, simple naming convention, right? Just it will, maybe it will take the fraction of minutes, not the minutes, so maybe second minutes maybe. So we'll do that one. Once this is done, it almost completed. Yes, it's almost done. Then yes, it's done. See here, almost it's completed. Then we'll rename it. Rename also, it won't take much time. So you can also see how to rename the SIDs here, right? So you can see here, done. This is done, right? So this is done. So now let me check. Okay, so this is done. So now again, I am doing the renaming. So just want to do the renaming of the, why? Because all systems are in the simple naming, QAS, PRD, something like that, and NWD. So now let's just rename the NWD to so our dev systems, so that we can simply understand what is it mean by, right? So just I will do the just the renaming of the that system.
Ravi, small doubt.
Yeah.
Is there any sequence to add into the domain controller? Once the domain controller is created,
Domain
so we
controller,
should.
the first one, a domain controller, we have to create it. Then after that,
Okay.
you have any number of systems, n number of systems, you can add it to the domain controller. There is no sequence.
Okay.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
like development call.
yeah. Better if you have the development system is built, you can add it. After that, quality is built, you can add it. No. Quality is not built still. Only development is built means first you add the development system. Then after that, quality system is built, then add the quality system. There is no sequence. It's not like that. There is no sequence. Without that sequence also, you can add that one.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
So system rename, standard system.
Do we need to use only DDIC user or we can use recipe star?
SAP star also we can use it. Now we will use the SAP star. What's there in the development system? That's why 000, any other user, any user, then STMS domain underscore SID. Now looks like, see, all are should be green. So previously, so it's in the one system is in the ash color, one system is in the different color, it should be in the different. Now if we change this one to our dev system, we are the three systems in the landscape, so it should be very good actually. Looks like it's good, it should be do. So that's why, so we will change this one to, that's why while keeping the naming convention, while deciding during the build itself, during the implementation phase in the realization, while building the system, we have to carefully decide which system should be in the domain controller. What is the SID? What are the SIDs we have to keep it, something like that, right? So no one put like dev quality, something like that. So, but maybe some people they may put the PRD is the production. Some people like production depends upon the usage. During the discussion we discussed, right, the SID naming convention. So like that, so we can keep it, right? SAP system SID. So SID is our NWD system. So target system SID it's like dev. So same. If we want to change the instance number, we can also change the instance number. So better we keep the same here, but we'll teach the development. Yeah, instance number also it's differently configured. For now, we can keep the same. We can keep it the same instance number. Source system, target system. Why there is no data? Normally, it should ask the profiles. Please provide the profiles. So it's not asked the profile. Directly it jump to the next screen. You can configure all these two systems or three systems, whatever is there. You know, right, how to add the systems into logon pad. So you can do that one. So that's here we won't get any rename option actually. Only here system rename is there. Here we'll see. Let me check here. So it is verifying. So now it is collecting the information about the installed systems. So let's see. No. Normally it should ask. Okay. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Why? Because if you add one more system also, that will be same things we have to perform it. So later we will do that one. Okay. Then how now what is next? After you adding the domain controller, then we need to add the systems into the domain controller. That is done. So these all points will come as part of the TMS configuration only. The first point, domain controller configuration, then add the systems into the domain controller. Then next one is the transport routes creation, then transport layers creation, transport routes and transport layers creation. So while doing this configuration, so here in the operating system level, you see there is a one trans directory, USR, SAP, SID, USR, SAP, trans. In the trans directory, you see while performing the domain control configuration, in the bin folder, all the configuration will be saved here. In the TP underscore domain. So then domain underscore CFG, the configuration files will be created in the transport domain. When you are doing this configuration, here the configuration will be created here. Here the configuration will be created in the trans bin directory. The configuration will be created here, right? And configuration bin directory, it will be created. So all the configuration, trans means the transport directory, operating system level. When you are doing this transport procedure, all these buffer files, all these folders will be updated. So we'll discuss one by one what is this folders and everything. Now you can see bin folder. Bin is for the configuration, transport configuration directory, right? So now what to do now after the configuration is done? So now we have to do the transport routes configuration. Here we have two types of routes are available here in the SAP. Two types of routes, right? What are those two types of routes? One is the consolidation route. And second one is the delivery route. Consolidation route and delivery route. Two types of routes are available: consolidation route and delivery route. Consolidation route and delivery routes are available in the system, right? So here, how to configure this one? If we go to the STMS in the domain control, everything we have to perform in the STMS 000 domain controller system. Then go to the here option, you have the transport routes. Otherwise, we have to go to the overview. Here you have the transport routes are available here. Then go to the transport routes. You can see the transport routes are configured here. Otherwise, it's already there. Then what we can do here, just delete this one. Delete the configuration. We can delete this one. We can delete this configurations. We can delete it. Why? Because it's already there. Normally, when you configure the first time, so it won't be the configurations here, right? So it won't be the configuration. So I am deleting the configuration is deleted now. So now when the first time when you go to the transport routes, you will get the page here like this. Then here go to the configuration part, go to the configuration, then standard configuration. Then so we have the three systems. Then you have the three systems in the landscape. So currently we have the two systems. Then two systems in the landscape. So what is your development system? Then so maybe you can put like QAS for temporary. Your production system is the PRD for temporary. Right? Just click on the OK button. Now click on the save button. Then you see the single system landscape. This is the training landscape, something like that. I'm giving the one proper naming convention here, right? One proper naming convention I am putting here, right? So you can see here. So our configuration is created here, right? So training landscape. So two types of routes and two types of layers will be created, right? Quality and production. So when you create the release, when you release the transport request, then that will go to the your production system through these routes, through these lanes. It will go to the your production system. So like that, it will go to the systems one by one, one by one. It will go to the systems, right? So this is the transport routes configuration, right? So routes means here two types of routes, consolidation and delivery route. So the route between development and quality is called the consolidation route. Consolidation route. Consolidation route. The route between development and quality route is called the consolidation route. And finally, we are giving the delivery route to the production. That is called the route between the quality and the production is called the delivery routes. Delivery routes. So you can see consolidation route and delivery routes, right? So routes means road. Just you can assume road, right? So suppose when you are traveling from Hyderabad to Vijayawada or somewhere, so then you have road, national highway road, right? National highway road. Road means route here, right? Just you can assume, you can relate the topic to the outside, then you can easily understand the concept here, right? So here development and quality. So the route between here the route means road, right? So here development to quality is called the consolidation. Why? Because consolidations means, so here all the developments will come from this consolidation. That's why we will use this consolidation, right? Then quality to production is called the delivery route. Delivery route, we can check that one, right? Consolidation, delivery route, this one, right? So here two types of routes, consolidation and delivery route. Two types of routes are available here, right? Then whatever it is meant by layer. Layer means here also two types of layers are available here. Two types of layers are available here. Layers are available. One is the SAP layer. Second one is the ZSID layer, which means all SAP layers means lanes. So if I relate the topic, when you are going from Hyderabad to Vijayawada, so then in between you have the Kodada, right? There is a Kodada, so is the middle, right? So this is the Hyderabad, Vijayawada, and Kodada. In middle you have the three cities, right? Development Kodada. So Hyderabad to Kodada, the route is called the consolidation. From here to here, it is called the delivery route. But because you want to deliver the object from here to here, you have to move the object. Finally, you have to give the delivery to the here. Then that is called the delivery route here, right? So then, but in between you have the haltage. Why? Because the testing has to done in the Kodada. So Kodada city, right? Here you have to do the testing here. Then, so here in between routes are there. In between routes, you have the lanes. Lanes are there, right? In every national highway, whenever you are going to national highway road, whenever the national highway you are going, so there is a lanes, right? The lanes are detained. Lanes are written. Lanes means, so there are the 2-3 lanes are defined in the lanes. Lanes means small vehicles will go these lanes, right? If you go to the, I think you know, small lanes, small vehicles, two-wheelers, they will go line. And we have the middle layer. Middle layer is the unconformed drivers. Means like it's a four-wheelers plus maybe slow vehicles, all this will go this lane. Higher overtake vehicles, speed vehicles, they will go this lane. Like that, we have the transport rules, right? These are called the lanes. In this road, in this route, we have the layers are there, right? Lanes. Layers are means lanes. Just you can relate this topic to that one. You can simply understand, right? So through this layer, your objects will move to the from one place to another place, right? One place to another place. So layer means lane. So means SAP layer means SAP standard objects. SAP standard objects will come as part of the support package. So that time SAP standard objects, suppose if you see the lane here, two types of layers, SAP layer and ZSID layer. So when you are developing when you are moving the SAP standard object to the production, it's a standard object, SAP what is. Then it will go to this lane it will go to the production system. It is the customization lane. Means your developer developed that one, then it will go this lane. It will go this line. Finally, all will reach to the production only, right? But the main is the move. Finally, everyone they will go to the Vijayawada only from here. But how they are going? Some people the standard object they are going the two-wheelers, the one lane, and some people they are going the other line. Finally, they will reach the destination in the Vijayawada only, right? Same way here also we have the two types of layers and two types of routes are there here, right? So this is the transports concept here. This is the transport TMS creation concept here. TMS creation concept. As part of the TMS configuration, domain controller we have to do that one. Then systems we have to add it. Then transport routes, transport layers. These questions definitely they may ask you definitely in every interview. So how many types of transport routes, how many types of transport layers we have. So then some people they may ask you to explain can you explain? I have the new system in the landscape, how to add to the domain controller. Same 000 STMS domain underscore SID, save it. Then log into the domain control system, click on the approve button. That will be added. So routes configuration, you have to go to the STMS, then go to the transport routes, then you can create it. You can create the transport routes, you can create it. So how you want to define the routes means you can create it. So if you just this is the zoom button, you will get the more clarity here, right? Here you can define it here, right? This is the systems button. So you will see the two systems in the landscape, right? So this is the TMS creation, right? So let me pause it here. Any questions from anyone here? Is it clear? You guys, why? Because you guys have to perform this configuration now. I will go and I will delete all the configuration. Now I have deleted the configuration. Now you have to perform the configuration in the systems. Delete the configuration. Done. Right? The configuration I have deleted now. Now you need to freshly perform the configuration. Meanwhile, I will be ready with the development system also. Then you can also add the development system also. Okay? Any questions from anyone?